guys, you're listening to Andreas Talks Art.
I'm going to give you the top 10 reasons why I think art is vital in our society. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Andreas Talks Art. Oh, yeah. Let's get right into it. Now, this is in no particular order, but the first reason I think art is important is because it allows you to express yourself. For me, it's this form of communication, right? There's so many ideas that words just don't do justice for. And that's the whole beauty of art. It's this visual representation of what's going on in your mind, these thoughts you have that you can't get out with words. And through art, you're able to create these ideas that are sometimes bigger than words. And besides that, it also allows you to express your emotion through the piece and the action of creating art. It allows you to have this outlet where you can really get out anything you're feeling or thinking. It's crucial to our society because this visual form is, tied to one of our main senses, sight, right? And I think that is one of the senses we're most reliant on. Everything we do throughout the day revolves around sight. To be able to create these visual pieces that others can take in and interpret in their own ways, and you as well can output your expressions that you're feeling and thinking. Now, the second thing that I think is very important about art is it allows us to reflect culture and look back on cultures from the past, right? Dating all the way back to cave paintings to all the different times throughout history. You have pieces of art, whether they're big or small. And I think that is one of the most telling things about our society and where we're at is looking at the art they were making. You can see direct reflections of what was going on in society at that time. With going back to the cave paintings, you see the sketches on rocks of them hunting, and you even see the different animals they would hunt for, right? You can see the arrows, so we get an idea of the tools and the weapons they used to hunt. As well as cave paintings, you'll see out in Europe these massive cathedrals full of stained glass pieces, giant paintings covering entire walls and ceilings. And it really goes to show not only the ideas they were thinking, but also the effort they put into their art. There's pieces dating back where entire cathedrals were painted by one person, right? That's insane. To think that this was something they were doing years and years ago is crazy to look back on. And it not only is a direct reflection with the cave paintings, but with these giant churches, you get to see how much time and effort and energy they would put into these projects and these creations, because it was so much more than just this art piece they wanted to put into the world. They would make it their whole lives. It's so telling of the times to see what people were creating and to try and interpret why. And you may never know exactly why, but just to ponder these ideas is such an interesting way to understand the different time periods and cultures and shifts in cultures. Now, the third thing I think art provides for us is creativity and innovation. Art is so different from any other subject. It's so free, and it really pushes you to explore ideas and ways and tools of creating, because there isn't an exact answer to art. There is no definitive answer. It is whatever you want to make it. That freedom, that openness is what allows you to explore whatever you want. I think art is a big thing that pushes our society forward, whether it's movies or paintings. They're always way ahead of our society because they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to work exactly. They just have to show a depiction of what we think is possible. And through that begins the ideas of creating these things and making them actually possible. So not only is it pushing your own individual creativity, but it is pushing the societal creativity of what is possible and what we think can be possible. Now, the fourth thing I think art does for us, it has this big emotional impact. Whether it's you creating a piece and having this outlet for your emotions or someone else interpreting a piece. I think the power of art is when you create a piece that really pushes people to feel. And that's something that's so beautiful about art that nothing else can really do. It can really evoke emotions in people and sometimes bring up emotions that otherwise haven't been brought up in people. What I think it really does is help people connect with some feelings and gain a deeper understanding within themselves. That's crazy. Now, the fifth thing I think art does for us is provides critical thinking. Whether you're creating a piece, a technical piece, right? You're trying to create some realism. And you really have to understand how things are in the world, how light falls on your face and shadows, and how it all interacts and how it becomes shapes and colors, and really perfecting how it all comes together to create this world we live in. Or whether it's an abstract piece you're creating, and really trying to understand what it means to you as you're creating, as well as with others just viewing art. I think another beautiful thing is all the different symbolisms it provokes and really requires some thinking. You have to have that space where you really just take time and try to understand what's in front of you. And I think with today's fast-paced world, that's something we're starting to separate from. But art is something that we can use to bring us back to that space where we're really just focused on what's in front of us and trying to interpret every little part of it, whether there was an intention in the meaning or not. You get to make it up in your mind. And if you come to this meaning of something, there is a meaning to it, whether it was intentional or not, because it's something you were able to see and piece together, right? So it allows you space to just really think. The sixth thing art does for us is it gives us empathy and perspective. Art is so limitless. There's so many different creators and creatives and mediums, movies and paintings and music, all from these wide perspectives. And it allows you to see all these different views on the world. I don't think we understand how much art we're seeing on a day-to-day basis and how much knowledge we're gaining from this art and getting to see all these different views that we wouldn't get to see otherwise. And this broad perspective gives you this ability to empathize with others who have this perspectives that you wouldn't otherwise know or see or understand. Now, the seventh thing art does for us is obviously it provides us with some beauty and aesthetic to our world. Imagine a world without art, a world without colors, a world without art would be so bland. And I think art brings a ton of joy and just uplifts our lives. It adds a little bit of magic into our day-to-day. Now, the eighth thing art provides us with is social commentary. It allows us a way to discuss issues, political issues, environmental issues, social issues. It's a way to start conversations, to put ideas out. A lot of things going on in society we feel we can't talk about, right? They're often uncomfortable to talk about. But art is this outlet where it just puts an idea out there. You don't even have to have a specific stance on something. Through art, you can just put out the idea that starts a conversation about whatever you're thinking. It allows us to bring light to issues, which is crucial. It's something we need. Now, the ninth thing art gives us is therapeutic value. It gives us space for self-expression in a very free way, like I was saying before, and allows you to truly get into your mind and release whatever you're thinking or feeling. I think all these ideas kind of tie back together. And I think I'm starting to repeat myself, but all these similar offerings art provides us. It has so many different values that it gives us. Just taking time to create, expressing yourself, or not even having an agenda, but just allowing your mind to put something out there. There's so much going on in your mind in a day-to-day basis, so many thoughts, and being able to just put stuff out there, no matter what the form is. It's honestly one of the best stress relievers I've found. Now, the 10th and the final thing art does for us is it's just entertaining and fun, and it's freaking awesome, and it is. That's why you're watching this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you.
Thanks for listening. Share this with your friends if you liked it, and don't forget to be cool. Peace out.